Hello everyone, this is a video on my turn 2 win in my Orvar the All Form deck. So, Orvar the All Form, 4 mana for a 3/3, it's 3 and a blue, legendary creature, shapeshifter, with changeling. And it says, whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, if it targets one or more other permanents you control, create a token that's a copy of one of those permanents. And when a spell or ability an opponent controls causes you to discard this card, create a token that's a copy of target permanent. What matters, though, is this text right here. So whenever I play an instant or sorcery that targets something, I get a copy of the thing that I'm targeting. So, that is my commander. And I have to be going second for this to work. So, they would go, pass this to me, I draw a card. I would need to draw a Ghostly Flicker. So then what I do for my turn 1 is I play Sunscorched Desert, deal a damage to them, tap it, play a Soul Ring, zero out my Jeweled Lotus, sacrifice my Jeweled Lotus and tap my Soul Ring to play my commander. Then I'd pass to them, it would come back to me, untap, keep draw. I have to draw Hidden Strings, I'll explain what it does in a second. And then I would play an Island, and then tap 1, 2, 3, 4, float 4 to play Ghostly Flicker for 3 with one colorless still floating. Then I would, which says, exile 2 target artifacts, creatures, and or lands I control, then return those cards to the battlefield under my control. So, I would target my Island and my Sunscorched Desert, and Orvar would then trigger, allowing me to copy one of the things I'm targeting. I'll copy the Island, and then Ghostly Flicker would resolve. I'd blink these, they'd come in untapped. So now I have 1 colorless and 2 blue, and I still have 1 colorless floating from the Soul Ring. Then I would tap an Island to play High Tide. Until end of turn, all islands produce an additional blue and tapped for mana. So then I would tap this island for 2, and then play Hidden Strings. You may tap or untap target permanent, then you may tap or untap another target permanent. So I'll be targeting these 2 islands, and when I target those, Orvar will trigger, allowing me to get a copy of an island again. And the spell would then resolve, and I untap these. And it has Cipher, so I can exile it on to my commander here, and whenever he deals damage to someone, I can play it again for free. But that doesn't really matter. Then, because all my islands produce double, I can float 6, 7 mana and play Peregrine Drake for 5, with 2 floating, actually 3 still floating in my mana pool from the colorless I had earlier. When Peregrine Drake enters the battlefield, untap up to 5 lands. So I'll untap these 4 lands, and since I tapped 7, so I still have 4 in my mana pool. And then, or 3 in my mana pool. 2 from this, and then 1 from the Soul Ring earlier. And then I could tap, then I would tap my 2 of my islands that produce for double, so it taps for 4, and play Clockspinning, targeting Peregrine Drake. Choose a counter on target permanent or suspended card, remove that counter from that permanent or card, or put another one of those counters on it. That's not what matters. What matters is that it's targeting. Choose a counter on target permanent. So I'm going to target Peregrine Drake, and when I do that, it's going to create a copy of Peregrine Drake because of Orvar. So, I would get my copy of Peregrine Drake, and its trigger of untapping 5 lands would go onto the stack, so I would float 1, 2, 3, and then it would untap these lands. And since I paid Clockspinning's buyback cost, that means when it resolves, it will bounce back to my hand. Then I do the same thing, tap all my lands, Clockspinning on Peregrine Drake, untaps my lands, and since I'm getting 7 mana every time and only spending 4 mana to get 7, I can generate infinite mana. And also, infinite Peregrine Drakes, and infinite of anything on my board. And what's going to win me the game is Sunscorched Desert. When Sunscorched Desert enters the battlefield, it deals 1 damage to target player. So then I just keep playing this with its buyback cost with my infinite mana, copy it infinite times, and deal infinite damage to my opponent. This is all on turn 2. So that's my turn 2 win with my Orvar the All Form deck. Hope you liked it.